snow gets sniffed and these pills get popped and these drugs get flipped.
Call him.
Thank you for calling Barrister Global Services Net. Thank you for calling the customer care center. Thank you for calling Barrister Global Services.
Yes, hello?
Hey, Igley, it's Bryce. I'll be there in like 40 minutes by like 5. Who do I need to call when I'm there?
Oh, you gotta go through a Slack.
Slack?
Channel.
Bruh.
Yeah. Send me an email and I'll have the team follow up with you shortly, okay?
Okay. What do you want me to say in the email? You can't be the emails I was talking to you with?
To me. Send it to me.
So just send an email to you?
And this, yes, I'll have the right team talk to you. They will get you into a Slack so you can help. They will help you out through there.
And then do you want me to close it out because of the 2 hours, or?
It takes whatever it takes. I will adjust the price if it takes you less than 2 hours. No problem.
Okay. Thank you.
Now, this work order in South Glen Falls. It's only one printer.
Yeah, but it's like an hour drive. Over an hour.
I know how far it is, my friend. And it's not over an hour. This is in Wilson. It's in Glen Falls. This is, let me see exactly how far it's from your home. It's 1 hour and 5 minutes.
So yeah, over an hour.
Okay. Now,
Yeah, but I don't know, just because I work till like 5 every day. So, I don't know if the team's available.
Go ahead and do it by 6 o'clock. It's only one printer, I told you.
I know, but I can't do it by 6
time.
if I get there at 6. Because I'll be, the earliest I
Yeah,
get there is like 6:30.
Okay, but that's not a problem.
But is your team working past 6:30?
Yes, my team works till 7:30 p.m., 8 p.m. your time, because you are Eastern.
I'd have to think about it. I don't know. That's pretty far. I don't like traveling. Like
Why?
Middlebury, I thought Middlebury was only 30 minutes from me, and it turns out it's like 45. So I already got kind of screwed on that one, going an hour and a half. But
My friend, it's only one printer. Why would you be screwed about it? I don't understand.
well, because it's always only one printer, but then the store has issues. Like the one at Price Chopper recently.
But you go ahead and fix the printer first, and then we will talk about it.
No, but I have
I'll
to.
let
But I
the
have to
team
fix
know.
all of them at once. That's the thing. Or I don't get paid for the call. They make me do all of them.
I understand, my friend. You gotta understand something. There is a different thing when it's a PC, a switch, and a different thing when it's only one printer. You are going to check only with the one printer. If anything like that, you call Catalina so they can go out and create a new call. Okay?
Let me think about it after this call first.
But why would I need to wait so much time for something that you already know that you?
I know, but I want to think about it. I want to see how this call goes first, because it's been a bit since I've been traveling.
But this call has nothing to do with that call, buddy.
I know. I just want to see how this one goes. I don't like traveling. If I'm going to start traveling again, I want to like ease up to it. I don't want to just start going all the way back out.
Bruce, it's only 1 hour drive, brother.
I know, but I want to see how this one goes first. it's not
Okay,
you, Wiggly.
thank you.
No, it's nothing against you. It's just support.
It's me, buddy,
It's
because
not
I
you.
keep asking you.
I know, but it's not.
It's the
I'm
fourth
not-
time. Listen. It's the fourth time I keep asking you the same thing. It's the fourth time that I say it's a printer. You say you want to see after this call. This call has nothing to do with that call, and I'm telling you only one printer to check. I'm not asking you to check all of them. I know where I need to ask you something. That's pretty simple. I don't know what it's something that you don't understand.
Because Catalina just takes forever to.
But that has nothing to do with Catalina. They'll be here. By the time you'll be on site, I'll be here myself.
You'll be there at 6 p.m.
Yeah, I'm here till 7 p.m. your time.
But tomorrow? I can't do it today. I'd have
Yes.
to check. Yeah.
Yes, tomorrow, buddy. Yes.
Let me check my schedule in a minute. I'll check my schedule. It's at 85.
What time? 6:30.
Set it for 6:30. Yeah. As long as Catalina's there, buddy.
Okay.
Because last time it
I'll
was.
be here. No problem.
Alright.
No problem.
I sent you that
Now,
email for this call. I'm there in 36 minutes. I'm pretty sure I know this store, so I can just go right in and start working on it. I just need to know. What store is this for the call? It's not a TJ Maxx. It's a. There's a TJX. What is that? TJ.
Okay, it's a TJ Maxx. It's a Marshalls. Let me go ahead and fix. Send the I just send the email, so they will copy you in there. Okay.
Okay, you're sure 85 is the best you can do for that other one?
Yes.
All right, I'll accept.
Yes. Thank you. So good to hear something good from you finally.
Well, because I've been doing only the Rutland calls because I've been too busy. It's not that I'm against you, man. It's just I've been busy. Burster doesn't give me enough work, so I have to work multiple jobs. If you guys gave me enough work that I could pay the bills, then I'd be happy, but it's just the work's too far.
I got a work order in Burlington at 5:30 a.m. in the morning. It's about 5 to 6 hours worth of work.
You could guarantee 5-6 hours? Or at least like 4?
It is.
Well, what day is it
It
for,
is
though?
because you have to do the what that shit called? To a second. I forgot.
When is it for? I can't just
Let
take
me
a day
see,
off.
just a second.
So. I can't answer now. I'd have to request time off. Unless it's for a weekend, I'd have to request time off.
It's not weekend.
Burlington for 6 hours.
NCR. Okay, Burlington, Vermont is July 23rd, which is a Thursday. In 2 weeks.
I'll have to check because I don't know if I'm allowed to request. That's a little early, but I'll check when call me right after this call and I'll check my schedule. Because I have to request time off for that. I can't just take the day off because I already have plans that day, so I have to cancel those.
Okay, sounds good.
Alrighty, goodbye. I emailed you, by the way. You can add me in that thing because I'll be there waiting.
Okay.
Because you know, every time I get to the store, they never know what I'm talking about every time I get there, so it's nice to have a chat. I'll download Slack right now with my email.
Okay. Okay, sounds good.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Buster.
So I don't know. There's not that many precedents for price spike and then price drop again. I haven't really seen.
I think my most optimistic assumption is I don't think any of these prices change on these specific items. I think maybe when new versions of them come out, we could either see, depending on the global economics of what compute pricing is, they go back to their normal, or we see them doing the game of now the Mac Neo 2 starts at $699 but starts at a higher storage or whatever, and that's our this is higher, it's still a higher base barrier of entry, but we have more compute in it, or it's a more powerful machine, therefore it's worth that price increase, when probably really could have went back down to, I don't know, that's the capitalist way of going back but not really going back.
I don't see this going down at all.
Just New Jersey.
Yeah. It's by the first.
You still get in half an hour late.
Welcome.
It's definitely just New Jersey and not New York City.
Yeah. It's not like a World Cup or anything.
Yeah, definitely never traffic in New York City.
Well, hey, at least the New York City traffic is generally predictably bad.
Welcome,
Jersey's are you in hell or are you in hell plus plus?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think that these prices are. We're talking about Apple prices, by the way. The
Okay.
Apple prices going up for context.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't think they're going back down, just because. Well, one, if it is temporary, it's temporary for a while. It's gonna be a minute because of how everything is right now. It's not temporary for another another month or two. This is it's looking like a year or two more so. And then,
cycles.
It's gonna be a while. And then on top of that, everywhere else in the world, technology is fairly expensive. The United States has been pretty hidden from those costs for a long time, and I think that barrier is kind of coming down now.
I also think probably one of the best arguments that prices will stay and only continue to go up is just inflationary. If this lasts years, then by the time the crisis or whatever you want to call it is over, that's just the way, that's just the new norm, I guess is the phrase people keep using. The prices of everything have gone up, and now the Neo is $699, and that's just the way it is.
Crazy we made that video a couple of months ago and it's already completely different.
Yeah, that was the sentiment is remember that 3 or 4 months when Apple had several of the best priced pieces of tech in the world? That was fun.
I felt bad for Quinn at Snazzy Labs because he just made a video a month ago about how the whole premise of Apple devices being more expensive than their competitors is just completely gone now.
It was.
That
he was correct briefly
for a moment in time.
And now here we are.
A beautiful moment in time.
There was a long time when Apple things were just regularly priced, and now they're going back to being expensive.
Yeah, some of these MacBooks, oh my god, they added $1,200, $1,400 to the pricing. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. Memory increases, so we'll keep an eye on it. Obviously, other companies are probably going to be increasing prices of tech as well. This also makes me think that folding iPhone, when it launches later this year, is not going to be cheap. Not going to be cheap.
That thing was already going to be $2,100. Now it's going to be $2,600 or something.
We can probably rewind and find an old podcast episode where we were debating if it was over or under 2,000. I think it's definitely over 2,000.
Oh, it's 100% over 2,000.
Okay, question for you guys then. And David, this is perfect because you just got here, so you need no other context.
Okay.
Do you think these price increases are going to hit iPhone? Will it be the same price as last year's iPhone, or will they all be $150?
They could do the little magic that they do where they just get rid of the bottom tier.
That's pretty much what I just said. The new version of things are going to be the more expensive price, but a little higher in power, so that will be their excuse.
Yeah. It's kind of
for iPhone.
Well, it's kind of hard
for
because
iPhones.
they already cut the lower storage tiers from the iPhone, right? Because that was your whole thing, was that Google was still offering low storage phones and Apple wasn't.
Well, it was that their lower tiers got better instead of cutting. Google cut their lower tier.
But now
the iPhone 17 had doubled the base storage to 128 and didn't go up in price.
Yeah.
So they got rid of the lower storage tier and they kept the price the same, which is good.
Yeah, I guess when I think of it, I think of the price tier. When I think of lower tier, I think the lower price tier. So in my eyes, Google just upgraded the lowest tier, Apple upgraded the lowest tier, where Google got rid of the lowest tier, which then made the lowest tier more expensive.
I tend to think this kind of goes along with the rest of the price increases, which are sort of all across the board. I think Apple realizes they can't increase the price of certain things by too much. And I think the iPhone is one of the things that they know they don't want to have dramatic price increases on. So I think they're willing to do bigger price increases on other things to keep the iPhone competitively priced. I still think that Ultra, that folding one, is going to be expensive, but I think the base iPhone 18 and the 18 Plus, for example, will probably not be $100 more expensive.
Yeah, it's hard because they're already at 56 gigs for the base tier.
Okay, 256.
They moved it to 256.
Yeah, I hope I don't eat my words.
They can't cut that and only offer a 512 gigabyte iPhone.
So you think next iPhone will still be $799? The iPhone 18.
I don't know if it'll be $799, but I don't think it'll be $999. I don't think it'll be some dramatic, huge increase.
I could see $849.
I don't think any subsidizing any of these things on this list will make up for what they would lose in the iPhones on keeping it the same price. They just sell way too many iPhones. The $70 Apple TV change isn't going to cover.
That's true.
The things that they should really be pushing the price on are the things that like businesses and enterprise use, like the Mac Studio, and
Which they did.
yeah,
That's what
they very much did. But even the MacBook Pro, I mean, regular people still buy MacBook Pros and they still check the price a lot. So I feel like the cheaper things like the Neo and the MacBook Air, they should be trying to keep as low as possible. Obviously the Neo, they had to try to be really careful with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting to even see a HomePod Mini price increase just because there's a little bit of RAM. Just a little bit. A little bit of RAM.
I just bought an M5 Max full spec 128 8 terabyte about 2 months ago.
Oh my god.
That would have been.
And I was saying I don't think I'm gonna be able to get this computer in a year. And you know what?
It's fair.
I hope I can. I hope it comes back down, but it won't.
Yeah, they're supposed to release the MacBook Ultra at the end of the year, and I was like, I'm just gonna hold out for the Ultra because it's gonna be so different. You know, it's gonna have a better screen and all this stuff. Now I'm like,
That's gonna be so expensive.
that might be a $7,000 to $8,000 baseline computer.
Base, you think?
I mean, six.
I think it's I think
Six
six
base?
something base. Yeah.
Yeah, but for any upgrades, it's gonna be.
Yeah, that's expensive.
Yeah, that laptop, if you give it some RAM, is probably gonna be over 10K. It's gonna be insane.
So if you want to max out a MacBook Pro now, it's getting up there.
Yeah.
It's getting up there now. But yeah, this is new screen, new design, all this stuff. It could be pretty spicy.
Yeah, and that kind of feeds into the whole rumor that they're basically going to release the MacBook Ultra with an M5 Ultra chip, right?
Or an Ultra chip.
Was it that, or was it the M6?
I think it was the M6.
M6, because I'm trying to remember what it was.
I think the rumor I've seen now is they're going to have an M6 and then skip all the higher tier versions of M6 and then M7 every version.
So then the MacBook Ultra will come out next year now
With M7.
with M7.
Bro.
That could make sense. So maybe the reason
Whiteboard out.
maybe one of the reasons they're doing that is because they are hoping that within the next year and a half, the RAM crisis kind of peters out a little bit, and that way they don't charge $10,000 for a MacBook Ultra. Like, they might scare the market a lot if they released a MacBook Ultra starting at $6,500.
Interesting. Yeah,
This is the base MacBook Ultra is going to be $6,500.
I mean, it could be.
It's got it hot.
It's
gotta
gonna be
up there.
It in itself is basically saying, like, let's start towards the top of a MacBook Pro.
Yeah,
Like, start.
right.
I think the base version is going to be really powerful.
Yeah,
Also.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at a 9 to 5 Mac article, and there's a couple people sourcing this, but basically from Bloomberg saying Apple will skip M6 Pro and M6 Max. It'll just be the base M6, so the stuff that gets the base chip can get M6, and then they'll start over with M7 by doing the whole lineup again. M7 Pro, Max, Ultra, all that stuff.
Even when you name things easily, they're impossible. This M series chip is really hard to understand.
I've been waiting for a new Ultra chip in a Mac for so long. They stopped at M3 Ultra in the Mac Pro and the Mac Studio, but then M4 happened, no Ultra. M5 happened, no Ultra. M6 is going to happen, no Ultra.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be waiting till M7 Ultra for a new Ultra chip. That's crazy.
That's why it's funny seeing the M3 Ultra price increase being so much more than the M4 because of how confusing that is.
Maybe they'll do an M5 Ultra.
I don't know. It seems like they're holding back on the more powerful stuff, right? If they're not planning on doing an M6 Pro or M6 Max.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I remember seeing this also on Twitter because there's also rumors of an M5 Ultra coming 768 gigs of memory.
Oh, right.
And everyone went, oh, that computer's gonna be
You buy a house instead.
really expensive.
Yeah.
How expensive? I'm gonna just throw out a guess just to make myself look stupid. 768 gigs of memory. That computer is gonna be $9,500.
Probably more. I think it could break the 10K barrier.
No way. That's like 18,000. If you spec it that high, like somewhere between
That much
like,
RAM is obscene.
15 to 18,000. I bet.
I'm gonna look at the Mac Studio pricing right now. But yeah, it's not gonna be cheap.
My conspiracy theory, which we probably shouldn't talk about conspiracy theories on this podcast, is that OpenAI and Anthropic are intentionally having the RAM crisis happen because open sourced AI models are getting more and more popular, especially running on Mac hardware. And if it's affordable to buy enough RAM to run your own AI models, you don't have to use OpenAI or Anthropic for your AI stuff.
This is a really compelling conspiracy.
I'm just saying. So you have to go to the model providers.
what you're
because it's
saying
like,
right now.
only $20 a month as opposed to 796 gigabytes of RAM.
I think you're onto something.
Without checking
You should keep your
Apple.com.
voice down.
Without checking Apple.com, if you want to buy the most powerful, most expensive Mac Studio with just 96 gigs of memory and 16 terabytes of storage, how much do you think that would cost today?
12K. Is it over 10?
I don't know those prices at all. The most powerful
M3 Ultra,
M3 Ultra 90s.
12K.
14,000.
God, I was actually gonna say you can't check.
You did start to say I did say that. 14,000. $14,299 for that computer today. So if you're thinking M5
Yeah.
Ultra with 768 gigs of memory, that's gonna be really expensive.
That's what I said. What I said.
Oh.
W2 or M5 Ultra.
Not to give Apple like too much credit here, but remember when we used to buy Mac Studios for $50,000 each?
It was the Mac
The
Pros.
Mac Pros.
The Intel Mac Pros.
Intel Mac, that's what I mean. Yeah, sorry. Remember when we used to buy the Intel Mac Pros for $50,000 each?
Speak for yourself.
Well, yeah, not we, the company. But now, we got so used to the price being so much cheaper for so much more performance.
Inside memory.
Still, nobody should buy a $14,000 computer, generally. Yeah,
How will I make my TikTok videos?
that's true.
Yeah, this is the thing now. If you are capable of doing the work, like I've found that the amount of computer I need to buy to edit the videos that I make has gone down over the years. Especially when you consider how expensive that Mac Pro was. We had $40,000 specs on the Intel Mac Pro and those AMD Radeon GPUs and Vega GPUs and a ton of memory. When those were $40K, then I started going down to a Mac Studio and then down to a MacBook Pro. I've been editing videos on this MacBook Pro, which costs less than $8,000, which is expensive, but compared to $40,000, it's like reverse inflation for how much I have to spend to edit. So I'm pretty excited to continue to spend less.
Well,
on
don't get too
computers.
excited because
I'm just gonna edit on this. I'm gonna edit on this as long as I can.
Continue to spend less by not spending anything.
Exactly.
I'm also curious to see how the competitors respond to this, because just recently Dell and a couple other companies came out with their MacBook Neo competitor devices.
Yeah, XPS 13.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And are they going to raise their prices? Are they going to eat it? Because Apple's the most well-positioned to actually eat all of these prices.
I'm very curious, and I fully expect them to. I think the more volume you do, the more insulated you are because of your order sizes, etc. So I assume XPS 13 is selling less than MacBook Neo, and therefore is more likely to require a larger price increase unless Dell is willing to subsidize it by increasing other things.
Which I just don't think they will.
Yeah, I
really don't think they will.
I think that's due for a price increase.
Yeah, they don't have like 12 different products that they can just slightly update the price on.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So we'll see.
All right. Well,
We'll see.
I'm sorry to everybody who didn't buy a new computer yet.
We'll have way more Galaxy stuff and others to talk about after the break. But before that, let's do trivia.
Trivia. Do you want the Ellis question first or the me question first?
Who's Ellis? You mean Rufus?
Never heard of him.
Never heard. Who's that? Today's his birthday, by the way. Everyone say
Happy birthday, Alice. If you made it to the end of the podcast, we're not the end of the podcast. If you made it to this point in the podcast, say happy birthday, Alice.
I would like the add-on question first because I feel like I'll have have my hopes up. Like I think I might get one right, you know?
Won't be as hard.
Alright, so I'll do my question first and then Rufus will read Ellis's next time. I have in front of me a a maxed out MacBook Pro, inspired by Marquez, just digging around on the Apple website. How much does it cost?
16-inch.
16-inch maxed out.
I'm gonna try to do all of the, because
The nano texture.
Yeah, all that stuff.
The 8 terabyte SSD, 128 gigs of unified memory, all the good stuff.
You said M4.
M5 Max chip.
Yes.
I know how much I paid for this when I got one a while ago.
I thought we added like
So much.
He added like $2,200 or something. 128 gigs and
Yeah, I think you guys could have answered this like 4 days ago, but now with the new price increases, how much is it?
Well, I think they added $2,300, but I don't know how much it costs to begin with. I guess
I'm gonna do Delta for this.
Yeah, closest Delta.
Yeah, closest Delta.
All right, bet. All right, well, think about it. Answers will be at the end, like usual. We'll be right back. Support for the show comes from Shopify. Landing on a good idea for a business is basically catching lightning in a bottle. What are the odds it'll happen more than once? You have to jump on every opportunity to make it work, and the last thing you need is to get slowed down by clunky logistics. You want tools that are ready to go right out the box. And if your business involves e-commerce, you need Shopify. Shopify powers millions of businesses worldwide, from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to small businesses just getting started. You can choose from hundreds of beautiful templates that let you customize and match your brand. Setup is fast with Shopify's built-in AI tools that write product descriptions and headlines and help you edit product photos. And if you've been sitting on a business idea, Shopify makes it easy to make it happen. Everything you need to start selling is included and ready to go from day one. With Shopify, nothing stands between your idea and a real business. So go make it one. Start your free trial at shopify.com/waveform. That's shopify.com/waveform. Shopify.com/waveform. Support for the show comes from Framer. So if your team wants a website that looks and feels handcrafted but is still fast to ship, Framer is built for that. You design on a visual canvas with responsive layouts, hosting, and a CMS built in, so the work is production ready from day one. Agents work alongside you to draft pages and polish sections, then you review and publish what goes live. Framer is the pro site builder for creators, teams, and businesses that want a professional site and care enough to get every detail right. Agents solve the gap between AI-generated ideas and production-ready website work. The agent works in the same place where the real site is designed, managed, reviewed, and published. It lands on the canvas, stays editable, and can be published when the team is ready. Agents and Framer work alongside teams to streamline collaboration on the same canvas, build custom code components, create and manage CMS content, optimize SEO settings, and ship everything all in one place. Learn how you can get more out of your site from a Framer specialist, or get started building for free today at framer.com/wave for 30% off a Framer Pro annual plan. That's framer.com/wave for 30% off. framer.com/wave. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Support for this show comes from Quince. One of the great things about summer is how easy things can feel, and when the days are relaxed, it's nice to reach for those loose, go anywhere, do anything pieces of clothing you can wear again and again. For elevated summer wardrobe pieces, check out Quince. They're offering European linen pants and shirts that are breathable, easy to throw on, the perfect summer upgrade for your rotation, starting at just $34. Their tees are soft enough to live in all day, and the lightweight cotton sweaters are exactly what you want when summer nights cool down. Plus, everything at Quince is priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. They work directly with the factories to cut out the middlemen, so you're paying for exceptional quality, not brand marketing. With the summer heating up, literally, it's probably 90 degrees in the room we're recording in right now. I grabbed a couple of their breathable shorts and tees so that I'm not a sweaty mess every waking hour of my day. But also, they have a bunch of awesome kids' clothes, and like a true dad, I wound up buying more things for Lane than I did myself. Most importantly, a dinosaur swimsuit, because Lane loves dinosaurs now, and I could not be happier. Her favorite is a brontosaurus, by the way. Anyway, make your summer wardrobe easier. Go to quince.com/wave for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/wave for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/wave.
All right, welcome back. We got to talk now about a different company, Samsung. Samsung's been on this interesting tear, and we kind of have some expectations for them, but they've started teasing this new Samsung Galaxy thing. They wiped their Instagram account and started posting these new teasers. Basically, have a bunch of different things with new aspect ratios.
Yeah, like a candy bar has all the pieces you can break off, so it was 4x3 and they popped the top off, so now it's 3x3, which doesn't actually work
But I think a lot of what they're teasing is this sort of small, wide passport. You know, when you open your passport, that like aspect ratio, it's like that. And I think we're all expecting some sort of a foldable that is a little more squat, a little more wide, and like passport shaped, similar to what we've seen in the past from like remember the first Pixel Fold?
Oppo Find N.
Yeah, we're gonna see that again.
My favorite thing about the T's, real quick, is if you open it up on browser, because it's they deleted like the grid, so the grid system comes up to show the pieces snapping off on top by being 6 in a row. It's 4 wide on a desktop, so none of the things match up. And
If you're
just,
full screen. Because I have a
well, yeah, like
browser and
people that aren't using a dying browser.
hey. Just because something isn't being updated.
I would argue it probably is.
I only have a couple problems.
But yeah, we're expecting new Samsung foldable, and I'm curious to see how they're going to market this as being particularly new or different, because we have had this already, and then we kind of like moved on from it, but now we're going back.
Yeah, it's funny that there were a few brands that did this, but then because everybody else was just doing regular phone that opens even bigger, everyone switched over to this.
Because of Samsung, essentially. Like, Samsung was so good at the folding phone.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, well, that one's working. Let's do that one.
Even Google like used this at first and then moved on from it, and now everyone's like, oh, well, Apple is kind of setting the trend, so I guess we have to do it first.
Yeah, this is kind of almost along the same lines as the Air. Remember, we all knew the MacBook, we all knew the iPhone Air was coming.
Yeah.
And then in the middle of the year, Samsung went, oh, but yeah, here's ours. This is the Samsung Galaxy S25 Edge.
Yeah.
And it was ultra thin phone, better than the iPhone Air in a lot of ways. Like had dual cameras, had a bigger battery, and all that. But was their own take on it before Apple, to preempt Apple. Now all these rumors are floating around that this folding iPhone is going to come out, first folding iPhone, and it's going to be a more squat aspect ratio, similar to the phone we've talked about. And so Samsung's in the middle of this year going to go, oh well, we could do that too.
Yeah.
And so they're going to keep doing the Z Fold in the candy bar style and shape and aspect ratio, but this is a new foldable that is like, I think they're calling it the wide. I think that's the rumor.
No, I think so. The rumor is that sorry, that's just how I wrote it too.
No, I think that's the rumor.
I thought the rumor was Galaxy Fold 1.
The rumor I saw was just that it is the Galaxy Z Fold 8, and the other one is the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra.
Oh, so Ultra being the one that we're used to?
Yes, which to me reminds me of Note 10.
Okay.
Which kind of worries me because in Note 10 land, we had the Note 10 and the Note 10 Ultra, right?
Yeah.
And everyone really likes the size of the Note 10, but the Note 10 also got a bunch of downgrades compared to the Note 10 Ultra.
It was like plastic.
It was like plastic back, it had worse RAM, like it didn't have as nice of cameras. Like, if I remember correctly, almost everything about it was slightly worse.
Yeah.
And the leaks we got from Android headlines show I'll call it the Note 8, but I'm still going to call it the wide, just for audio listeners to make sure we're talking about the same thing. The Fold 8 wide version, the passport version, only has 2 cameras in the leak that we're seeing. There's some case manufacturer that probably leaked it, and it looks like a 3:2 aspect ratio, but 2 cameras. So I'm wondering if everything about this is going to be slightly worse than the candy bar style 8 Ultra Fold 8.
3:2 is cool for previewing photos. Just
This could be extremely clever positioning for Samsung, I think. Because if you look at all the rumors of what the iPhone Fold is going to be, that's all the same. Dual cameras, squat aspect ratio, and if you're Samsung and you're marketing, wow, I feel like you can get really clever. You can go, hey, all right, we have had this candy bar style phone, which is really great to use while closed, and you can open it up and have a big screen. But, if you want like a sort of a compromise experience where it's not that great to use while closed, but you can at least have a big screen open, here's a less premium version. It's only dual cameras. It's only this smaller passport shape. And then we can have the Ultra, which is actually closed. And then when Apple comes out with theirs, you go, oh, Apple made one of the compromise shaped ones with dual cameras and passport shape.
I didn't know that's
But we're Samsung and we also offer the big bad Ultra.
oh, that's interesting.
I think that's the clever, at least that's how I can see it.
Yeah, look at the compromises. You only get 2 cameras. You have to do this.
That would be
That'd be pretty messed up.
That'd be some chess.
I think my issue with it and why I compare it to the Note 10 is it makes me wish they were both just essentially the same thing, but you as the consumer get to pick which size you prefer.
Yeah.
But if it does wind up being, and I haven't seen any specs other than the camera, so
X Ultra will be more expensive, and the
Because
small
of the-
Y, will be less expensive.
And they're going to want to put enough of a gap in there that it doesn't feel too close.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting. Well, we'll see in a couple weeks, I guess, because that's supposed to drop
Sometime in July.
sometime in July or August. I don't know. Something like that.
Speaking of drop, because you said it was going to drop in July, Polestar is dropping out of the U.S. market entirely.
Kind of being pushed out in a way.
Yeah, and this makes me sad.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. I like a lot of the Volvo EVs, and I actually like some of the Polestars. And it is unfortunate to have that competition leave the U.S. market, because I thought the Polestar 2 was a solid option. That's the most realistic one to recommend to most people. It's by far the most popular one. The lineup gets a little confusing after that, because it's a mid-sized crossover, and then another mid-sized crossover, and then another mid-sized crossover, but that's okay. They looked nice, they drove nice, they had nice speakers, they had these Spartan, super clean interiors. The Polestar 2 was solid, and it's a shame to see it going away.
Yeah. So effectively, what's happening here is the U.S. government kind of issued this order that you cannot have cars that run software from China. If you didn't know, Polestar is a sub-brand of Geely. Geely is a giant Chinese automaker. For some reason, Volvo, which is also owned by Geely, was given authorization to sell cars here. I think this could be one of those things where the U.S. government's like, Volvo, we've had Volvo forever. Polestar's a new thing. Get rid of it.
It is confusing because like Volvo's a Swedish company, right? That then got bought by Geely, and then. But what's even more confusing is don't both of them run Android Automotive for their software?
Yes.
Just Google.
Yeah, I'm not sure. There might be some like code in the way that the car.
Well, I guess like where's data going back to?
Yeah, I don't know. I still think it's one of those things where the government just doesn't understand the difference, and we've seen a lot of companies do this. Like people don't like DJI, so they launch a sub-brand. You know, like the government doesn't like OnePlus, so they launch a sub-brand, and then they're allowed into the U.S. So it's very strange. But they're going to be continuing to sell all of their leftover stock in the U.S., but they won't be able to sell after model year 2027 and forward. Yeah, it kind of sucks. I personally did not like the Polestar 2 that much because the interior felt like very, very cramped, even though I felt that they were one of the best looking cars on the outside. But either way, it's not fun to see our options disappearing, especially because in the United States, our car brand options are already very limited compared to a lot of other countries.
It sounds like New York City just got a bunch of new taxis. Just like the
just like the Fisker. Okay, next quick story. WhatsApp is launching usernames.
This is my least favorite thing.
It's your least favorite thing?
Whoa.
Wait. Give me
Because every time a company launches a new thing and they let you pick a username, the second I go to pick my username, it's already taken, and I never get my username.
That is
quicker, I'll sell it to you.
I've been
knew it
for you.
You telling me you haven't already been testing this for 2 weeks?
I wish, yeah.
So this is pretty straightforward. Basically, previously it hooked up to your phone number. Now you can pick a username. I think in general this is a good thing. I understand that for you this is probably not. It kind of sucks. Honestly, I think what they should do is, because it's hooked up to your if you're hooked up to your Instagram account through WhatsApp, it should automatically park on that username for you, and then you can decide if you want to keep it or not. And then if you don't,
I saw people online saying not to do that though, because then if you have a very public social media, now they can just message you on WhatsApp.
they can't though, because they did add a feature where you can only people with a special private code can message you through your username. So when I signed up for my username, you know, and when I did it, it said there was an option that was like, only let people message you if they have your private code, and they gave me a private code. So basically, you send it to someone, say, "Oh, I'm this on WhatsApp, and here's my code," and then that's how they can start a
That's so
conversation
embarrassing.
with you.
Hey friend, if you want to message me, here's a code to let you message me.
You know.
I don't know, that feels
I would also assume that if they like scanned your QR code or something, like when you first give them your WhatsApp account, yeah, then it would automatically.
Doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose of having a username?
Well,
I wish it was more like Instagram, where I just have my main
it
inbox and
hides
then
your
like
phone
a secondary
number.
inbox.
Yes, but the other half of that is impersonation, because if there's someone out there with the official MKBHD username on WhatsApp and it's not me,
yeah,
what the fuck is that?
yeah, true.
That's like the most obvious,
Maybe they're just doing this so that they can do a unified verification system, even though
6 years ago. It wasn't me this time. It was Adam. Adam made a video.
I knew you were going to bring this up.
When him and I used to work at Android Authority, Adam made a very controversial video at the time, which he was right all